Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, we're going to do a movie review for Thor Love and Thunder. Um, to preface, I love comedy in my comic book movies. I know it's not everybody's favorite. Some people want the serious movies, the movies that take themselves too seriously, a lot more action, but I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I loved Thor Ragnarok. So I'm loving this direction. So sorry if that's not your favorite, but that just gives you an idea up front the direction this review is going to go in. Um, was it better than Thor Ragnarok? Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not sure if I'm going to say that. Um, but it was close. They were both like neck and neck. I love Taiki Waititi. I love his other stuff. What We Do in the Shadows is great. Um, and so I'm a big fan of his. He does a great job directing. His character of Korg is hilarious. I love Korg in the movies. What he's been able to bring out of Chris Hemsworth as a comedic actor has been just nothing short of a miracle, because the first couple of Thor movies were not great. Not that Chris Hemsworth isn't a good serious actor; he's okay. But this is he's found his footing in this character, and I hope it just keeps going. And it sure seems like it's going to. Seems like this is going to be something that they continue to do, using Thor in his own funny movies, and then having him come in as some comedic relief in some of the bigger movies. It's great. Okay, so who else do we have in this movie? We have Christian Bale as Gore, another guy who we haven't really seen in the bad guy role too often. Going back to American Psycho, of course, classic. But Christian Bale just blew this out of the water. He was amazing in it. And I think that this just makes me want to see him do more stuff along this line of the bad guy horror. I would love to see a Christian Bale horror movie. That would be fun. Um, but yeah, he killed it. He did a great job in the role. I loved that they just went with the whole concept of him just not being like the comic book character. They weren't going to do the face, so they did the character differently as far as the whole look. Christian Bale was coming off another movie. He was very thin, and it just played perfectly into this character that's being basically drained by this sword while he's on this mission, this mission to kill all the gods. Um, and so his look was wonderful. I loved the effects. The both the special effects and the practical effects were great in making the character that of Gore. They did a great job with it. Natalie Portman was fine in the movie. She had some good comedic timing herself. She played off of Thor, Chris Hemsworth, very well. She played off of Tessa Thompson's King Valkyrie very well. She handled herself decently with the action. So overall, she was fine. Not great, not terrible. Just kind of like in that medium range of pretty good. I think that they didn't overuse her, and that's something I do kind of want to touch on a little bit. There's a lot of movies that wouldn't have been able to balance the stories that they were trying to tell, like Taiki did with this movie. There is hints at the different sexualities of characters and the different gender swapping, and that sort of thing that sometimes can bog down a movie. He did a really good job of throwing it in there as a fun part of the movie that doesn't necessarily become like the focus of the movie. It doesn't take anything away from the movie, and it does add some, and that's what you want to see with this type of thing. Tessa Thompson did a great job in her role. Had some good one-liners as Chris Hemsworth at Thor at one point is all like, they're talking, and she's like, "Oh, are you catching feelings for Jane Foster again?" He's like, "Oh, me? No, maybe you." And he's all like, "She's like, we play on the same team," and he's like, "I know what team you play on." And they just did a good job of bouncing it off each other, and you know what they were talking about without it just like overriding the movie. There's a scene with Korg that kind of does the same thing, where it's like, it's in there, but it doesn't feel forced. It feels natural. It's a lot of fun. I don't want to ruin the Korg moment at the end of the movie. It's hilarious. I loved it. And I don't like that stuff like shoved into movies, but I thought they did a great job of balancing it in this movie. Russell Crowe as Zeus was fun. It was weird that he did an accent, but it was fun. Chris Pratt, he was much better in this small role than he was in Jurassic World, which I just did a movie review for. Chris Pratt in this was perfect. It's very natural. There's some brief scenes with the other Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm a huge Dave Bautista fan. You guys will probably figure that out. I thought he was fine. It was very brief. It wasn't overwhelming. He did a great job. But overall, the the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff was fun, and it also didn't take away from the movie. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? The kids, all the kids in the movie were great. This is not giving me that cast of the kids. Maybe I can do a whole opening up the whole thing and see if I can get the whole cast to get some of the kids. But while I'm doing that, Gore's daughter in the movie is played by Chris Hemsworth's actual daughter. So that was great. You can kind of see the resemblance and kind of hear it when she talks because she has an Australian accent. So that was great. And her name is, let me find it. Is it going to say? Tristan is... So basically they got, for all the kids, because there's a bunch of kids in this movie, most of the kids were other actors, Chris Hemsworth and Christian Bale's kids. Let's see if I can find her name real quick. Where'd she go? It would be Hemsworth. So his son, Tristan, plays a younger version of him in the movie. And then his daughter, I think his other son plays another part. Christian Bale's son is in the movie, or his sons. I think he has more than one son in the movie. Rex Bell is one of the kids. Well, anyways, but basically the kids, they did a really good job of making the kids. Is Taika Waititi's kid in there too? Yeah. All right. So they did a really good job of getting these kids to like really, really play these roles well. Considering kid actors sometimes have a hard time with that, I thought they did a great job with that. And just in general, it was very impressed by the kids in the movie. And I'm just going to keep saying kids while I'm looking up, trying to find names. So we're just going to need to let that go. Okay, so anyways, I would say that this is one of the best Marvel movies, especially recently. I love the comedy. It's right up there with Thor Ragnarok, right up there with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I definitely recommend seeing it if you can see it in the theater before it comes out of the theater. If not, then you'll be able to check it out when it comes out on Disney Plus if you have Disney Plus. But I recommend seeing it in the theater if you get the chance. Lots of laughs, some action, some good emotion, some sad parts even. Christian Bale just runs away with it, and you should go see it. All right, everybody. Hopefully I didn't butcher that review too badly. Hopefully you enjoyed, and take care. Have a good day.